Hello, everyone. Today we are diving into the substantive portion of the Philippine Competition Act. Let's break down what are actually prohibited to understand how the law protects Filipino consumers by ensuring a level playing field. The first pillar deals with agreements between competitors that stifle competition. The law categorizes these into two types: per se violations and other agreements. Per se violations are considered so harmful that the law doesn't even look for a justification. Per se violations include price fixing, which happens when competitors agree to set, lift, or control prices instead of letting the market decide. Per se violations also include bid rigging, which happens when there is a manipulation of auctions or biddings so that a specific party wins. In these cases, the agreement itself is the crime. Other anti competitive agreements include setting output and market allocation. Setting output means agreeing to limit production to create artificial scarcity, while market allocation means dividing territories or customers. These agreements are prohibited if they substantially prevent, restrict, or lessen competition. The second pillar is the abuse of dominant position. It is important to clarify that having a dominant position is not illegal. What is illegal is abusing that power to squeeze out competitors or exploit consumers. Examples of abuse are as follows: predatory pricing, which is selling goods below cost to drive competitors out of business, only to raise prices later; imposing barriers or actions that make it nearly impossible for new players to enter the market; tying and bundling, which is forcing a buyer to purchase a product they don't want just to get the one they actually need. The third pillar governs mergers and acquisitions. The Philippine Competition Commission reviews these transactions to ensure that when two companies become one, they don't create a monopoly that harms the public. Mergers and acquisitions that substantially prevent, restrict, or lessen competition are prohibited. To enforce this, the law requires compulsory notification. If a deal meets certain financial thresholds, which are updated periodically by the Philippine Competition Commission, the companies must notify the Commission before closing the deal. If they don't, the agreement is considered void and they face heavy fines. Consequences of violations include administrative fines reaching up to hundreds of millions of pesos, criminal penalties for anti competitive agreements, wherein executives can face jail time of 2 to 7 years; divestiture, wherein the Philippine Competition Commission can even order a company to be broken up or its assets sold if it's the only way to restore competition. In summary, the Philippine competition law isn't just about big businesses, it's about the consumer. By preventing price fixing, stopping the abuse of power, and vetting large mergers, the law ensures better prices, higher quality products, and more choices for every Filipino. Thank you for listening.